Welcome back, guys, to Pokemon Emerald 386. There's a lot to do and a lot to say, so let's get right down to it. First off, everybody is level 30 except for Ziggy and Loudred. Loudred is level 31. No big deal, he evolves to level 40 anyway. So yeah, it took a long time to get these guys where they need to be. So we're here. Magmar, as you can see, evolved, as well as my Jinx. That's extremely annoying. We have Fire Punch, we have Ice Punch, and Leaf Blade. Yeah, I kept Absorb because it can still be useful. It still has its uses. Yeah, he is Swift now. I don't remember if he had that before I showed it. He also has Stomp now. So everyone is like miles better than they used to be. So, yeah. I did all that by training with Pokemon level 17 in the wild. I didn't do any trainer battles. So, we're gonna be extremely ready. Speaking of Pokemon trainer battles, we have a lot to do. So let's get right down to it. We've got a lot to do. I mean, my personal life and this, there's a lot to do. It's hard to juggle everything. But that's okay. We'll get to it. Move my mouse a little bit, so hopefully... God, that's gonna be so fucking annoying. Oh, hopefully you won't have to use bitch very much. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, Power Snow, I guess. Hit them both. Why not? Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely prepared. I do not plan on losing fucking $30,000 ever again. That's gonna be a thing that will never happen. And I will make sure of that. Oh, come on. Tell you what, the flame body is gonna be really nice. And being able to inflict a burn is just, you know, it's something that's very important for sure. Power Snow again. Since should be going a little bit quicker. There we go. That works for me. Bam! Taking them both out. Perfect. Get some meh experience, but you know, I'll take it. Definitely going to need it. Oh, nice. Huh? I'll take that. Yeah, trainer battles are gonna go by so much faster now. It's gonna be a blaze how fast it's gonna be. So exciting. I mean, I guess I could have, you know, fought these guys, been like, hey, I fought these guys, you know, what to do, but... And I guess I could have done that, I don't know. I didn't have to go all the way up to 30. I could have gone to, 25 or so, and I think I'd be okay, but... I just wanted to be extra sure. Alright, now that we can actually, do something with our Pokemon, we have a lot more, balanced team. Damn, he has 6 fucking Pokemon. Icky. Here, let's switch that there. Because I know I'm going to be using Thunder Punch more than anything else. It's the whole point of Electabuzz, this is Thunder Punch. It'd be nice if I had an Amulet coin, though. But I don't. Let's bring her in. I mean, I could have kept Electabuzz, but whatever. See, it probably won't be that annoying for you, because the audio will be a little bit louder, or a little bit quieter. But, for me, it's pretty loud. It's as loud as I would normally have a game. So when I talk, I don't really hear myself very well. If that makes any sense. I sound muffled to me, to myself. So it's just kind of interesting now how it's all gonna work. Or how it does work. Because, how loud it is for me is not how loud it is for you, when I record it. Because I only recorded, 50% audio. Which I guess I could have, lowered the audio and then increased it in OBS. But, you know, whatever. It's not that big a deal. I mean, at the end of the day, this is, I don't have to do... I didn't even see what Pokemon it was. Oh, well. Oh, okay, that's not that bad. But yeah, like I record my I used to record my commentary and my game audio separately, but now I do it together just because it's a lot easier to manage, and especially with this, because every single Pokemon you see on the right panel, every single picture there, and every single name is its own line in editing. So there, I've like 13 different lines, you know. So it gets pretty bunched up, and so it is kind of hard to like manage both of those. So I don't know. I mean, it works pretty well here. But of course, the only problem with that though is that when you record the audio, game audio, and the commentary audio, if one of them is louder than the other, like too much so, then you can't change it. You know, there's nothing you can do. Which is why I never really did this before. But I think right now I'm confident enough, and I do enough tests to like before I record, so I'm able to like I check everything, like even like before I recorded this, you know, I checked, you know, at 75%, at 74 and 73%, see which one I like the most. Of course, it all fluctuates here and there, like with how I like it. Although I guess that kind of depends on like what time I wake up, you know. Just because like if I wake up and obviously my ears will be a little bit more sensitive to sound at like when I wake up as opposed to like when I have woken up like 5 hours ago. So the audio does kind of fluctuate, but it's pretty similar to how it usually is compared to the other videos, I mean. But like when I did Castle Crashers, yeah. You know, all that was like his on, like my friend's audio, my audio, and the game audio were all recorded on the same line, I guess. Well, not the same line, but you know, on the same audio code. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm not using the right meta words or whatever you want to call it. But generally, yeah, all three of those is on the same timeline of audio. So I really need to like balance all those like before we actually record, because then it's a lot easier to manage. Yeah, let's do that. Because like for Castle Crashers, it was literally just put the freaking video in the editor, you know, put transitions around if I needed to, and cut it where I felt it was best to cut it. And that was good, you know, it was really easy. Oh yeah, by the way, we can actually find Togepis in the wild. I didn't catch one though, because I'm not gonna use it. Well, I mean, I guess I could use a Toga Tick and a Toga something, the flying Togepi thing, but you know, whatever. Yeah, let's do that. And like for this, obviously, like how I do this is that everything on the right panel is already done. So literally all I have to do is put the, like what I see on the right panel is nothing. I just see like a blank black slate. So when I put the actual game, you know, the game video into the editor, I have it so that the pictures are already at that specific spot. So all I have to do is, yeah, put the game audio, or the game, you know, in there, and I'd be good. Well, for the most part. Obviously, if, you know, a new Pokemon shows up, or, you know, I caught a Pokemon, I'd have to, you know, transition in there at that specific time, you know, and a lot of stuff. It's pretty it's the most complicated thing that I've done, ever. I mean, this is definitely the most complicated game I have ever done in terms of editing. Well, in relation to, like, Final Fantasy IV, which I had to actually manually, in the editor, sync up the game audio to the video, because that would actually become desynced, so then the game audio would become laggy in compared to the game audio, or the game. It was just bad. It was absolutely bad, but, you know, it worked at some point. You know, we got it working, or, you know, I got it working. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that anymore. And the only reason that happened, though, is because I was using Fraps. which Fraps was very finicky before, like before the whole big patch. And I was using a computer with only 3 gigabytes of RAM, which, as you can tell, probably is not very good in terms of editing, or recording, or doing anything, pretty much. Of course, now that I've got my beautiful beast computer of awesomeness, you know, I don't have any problems with that. I've programmed that I like using, which I actually recorded, I recorded Psychonauts with Fraps. But the problem though is that every hour of recording would be like at least 100 gigabytes. And here an hour of recording is like 1 gigabyte. So like Fraps doesn't compress the game though. Like the video, it doesn't compress it at all. And if it does, it's very, very little. Which, you know, is fine, but you know. I think there is a way to have it so it does compress, but it like tampers with the quality. And here I get, you know, a low quality, or what? No. Back that, reverse it. How I'm recording it now is it's high quality with a low video size. So that's really, really nice. Oh, damn it. Damn you, dust dogs. So yeah, that's pretty much how it's working. And it's working pretty well, actually. Of course, doing it this way that I'm doing actually allows me to do the editing that I'm doing now, and allows you guys to see this panel on the right. And I'd like to do that for pretty much all games. Like, if I'm doing, like, you know, a Legend of Zelda, you know, game, then I'd like to, you know, have, like, what elements I have, or, like, what items I got from the bosses, you know. Which, that would be pretty easy. It would be a lot easier to deal than, you know, getting Pokemon, because that changes a lot. But with something like that, where it's like, say, like, let's say we're playing, you know, the first Legend of Zelda, you know, and, you know, you beat the boss and then you get, like, a piece of the Triforce, I can just, you know, edit that in, that I got that piece, you know. Things like that. I didn't even see what it was, so let's just keep here. She's about to level up anyway. But yeah, like, of course, like, for games that are, like, widescreen, I'm obviously gonna do a widescreen version, such as, you know, Castle Crashers. But for games that are, you know, 4x3, which obviously this is not specifically 4x3, but it still looks good enough, I think. Maybe this is 4x3 actually, but I don't know. Probably is, because that's how... I don't know. Because I just have, like, the normal, you know, size window on a Visual Boy Advance. So, that's just how I'm doing it. So yeah, there's actually, like, a lot of layers to this, though. You know, I mean, like, I have the actual game... Whoops. I need to switch that to Leaf Blade and Absorb. Holy crap. Okay, let's do that right now before I forget. There we go. Okay. Like, I have, like, the black bar, you know, that separates the right panel and the game. I have the game. I have the background, which is, you know... Like, you know, the, like, random... Like, on the very right side, the random gray and white, you know, like, design things. Yeah, all of that is just the background. And then, actually, in Photoshop, I got the border, you know, the, like, very border. I made some adjustments to that. And I had that pop out with, like, a... like, bevel and emboss. That sort of thing in Photoshop. I actually just did that, so it kind of pops out the game and pops out everything else out. So, I mean, there's a lot that went into setting, like, just setting all this up. Not to mention actually recording it and then all the editing that goes behind it. I mean, the things on the right panel, you know, it doesn't look like it's much, but it took a couple hours just to get that right. You know, just to get all that in there. Not to mention that every time I had to put in a Pokemon and put in the name, that took, you know, 10 to 20 minutes just to get that at the right time. You know, have it to look right, you know. It's just, there's a lot that goes to it. So, the fact that this has been so well received by everyone, and the fact that people are enjoying this, makes it so much worth it. Like, a lot of people are really enjoying this. I'm so happy about that. I mean, you know, it sucks when you put so much work into something and then, like, people either don't like it or people just don't plain, like, watch it, you know? It's very, demoralizing, but this has been amazing. And it's because of you guys that are watching it right now that I'm happy to do all this, you know? You know, it's a lot easier to do stuff and be happy about doing it when, you know, morally, or not morally, but morality. Is that the right word? I'm not really sure, but my point is, when people like what you do and appreciate what you do, it makes it so much worth it. So I'll say that. Now let's see here. Can we buy any like revives or anything? Because I could really use some revives. No. Makes it tough to attack a foe of the opposite gender. Switch abilities with the foe on the turn this is used. Wow. Like, you're gonna actually buy TMs, which is really interesting. Which, to be quite honest, I'm actually probably thinking of doing. But I think I'm gonna wait until after the, after I beat the gym. Let me see your Pokemon. Yay! I guess. Wait, hold on. What? There's something on the TV. And now it's time for the Name Raider Show. I tell your Pokemon's fortune, advice that I give, and it's helpful that advice that I offer. Your reading of the nickname Interceptor. This nickname is a very fine nickname that hints at greatness to come. I'm intrigued by what the future holds in store for this Pokemon. It's rooted by the letter N. The letter is supported by the first letter I, which gives it a solid sense of presence as a nickname. I must say that Interceptor is quite a good nickname. A Zeratar gamer, congratulations! Even the game is happy about your choice. I hope that the trainer will continue to treat Interceptor with love. That's it for today's show. May we meet again. Well, there you go. By the way, if I am saying your name wrong, I apologize. I'm quite illiterate, unfortunately. I am an American. Oh, Eric, Wally's next to... But boy, there's something I have to tell you. Natural environment is doing wonders for Wally's health. It could be that Pokemon are giving him the reason to live, which is good. I'm thirsty. My daughter's boyfriend is a very driven and passionate sort of person. He's been taking a tunnel non-stop just so he can see my daughter. Daughter's a little concerned, so she goes out to the tunnel a lot. I lost you, Eric, but I'm not feeling down anymore, because I have a new purpose in life. Together with my routes, or Curlia at this point, I'm going to challenge the Pokemon gyms to become a great trainer. I'm going to be stronger than you. When I do, I'm going to challenge you to another battle. Well, alrighty, I'm looking forward to it. There's not really much else here to do. Well, no, we do have one thing to do. I'm gonna fight this son of a bitch. What do you call a wild man up in the mountains? A mountain man. That's why they call Pokemon in the mountains a mountain Pokemon. I don't know. What I do know is that you beat me once, but you will not beat me again. I can assure you of that. Bring it on. Man, having Leaf Blade is nice. I mean, we go from a 20 base power to a 70 base power. I mean, which is basically, if you think about it, with Stab, it's a 40 power and compared to a, what, 105 power? I mean, that's pretty nice. I mean, that's, what, 65 plus power? I mean, my gosh. That is amazing. Yeah, let's go with her, I guess. I'm not really sure how much I'm going to be using her, to be quite honest. I might use her a bit. I don't know. Like, I'm keeping this party for right now, because there's really no other Pokemon to really catch. So, you know. I mean, once I see another Pokemon that I like, I'm going to catch it. And now that I do have all 6 in the panel, when I catch a Pokemon, there's no work that needs to be done, which is pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. I mean, as much fun as it is, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of work to it, and I'll say I have gotten a bit aggravated here and there. But we're doing okay. We're doing alright. So now that I do have all 6 there, you know, editing is going to be quite a bit easier. And you know, if I ever want like a new Pokemon, I can always do that off screen. Because it'll be a lot easier to do it off screen, just to have it like start at the end of, or first of the episode, you know. So that's the thing. And there's a Pichu here, but I don't care. I could catch it, I guess, but I don't think I really have any good enough Pokeballs I really want to use. Not on a Pokemon I'm not gonna use. Oh my gosh! Come on, man! Oh, Magby, what do you know? Blah blah blah. There we go. Yeah, I'm not really sure how much I'm gonna be recording today. I'd like to record a lot. Like, my goal is to record about 7 episodes a week. That way I can always have an episode a day going. Problem is though is that I'm like, that is like stretching it. Which, you know, you think 7 episodes a week, you know, that's about 15 minutes an episode. 15, let's go say 15 minutes. Which would be what, 30, 60, 75? That's not right. 90, no, 105. So that's 105 minutes right there a week. Between that, like 105 to what, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, and 40. Yeah, 105 to 140 minutes each week needs to be dedicated to editing. Or, pardon me, what? No. Needs to be recorded for recording. For editing, that's a whole different story. Because that also takes time as well. And I'm gonna actually buy a little bit of Paralyzed Heals. I'm gonna buy 5. Yeah, this actually, I know we get from, Watson. So I'd like to keep that, just in case someone can't get it. Like, I know I'm gonna get that for free, so I can test that to see if any other Pokemon can learn it, and if I want them to. So that's foe from removing it with rocks. We have that already. I'm not really using that. Prevents the foe from using the same move twice in a row. Don't really care. Raises attack when poison, burned, or paralyzed. That's actually a facade or facade. I always call it facade, but I guess it's facade. Anyways, that's actually a normal type move. I could get that to Lodred, but I'm gonna get that anyway for free, and I'm probably only gonna use 1. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I did heal everyone, right? Yeah, okay. So in the next episode, what we are going to do is we're gonna tackle on the cycling road on the bottom, so that way we can progress through those 2 towns quickly if need be, off screen if I need to. But there's, you know, more experience to get there. I'm gonna fight the Windstrait family. I cannot believe I remember that name. Yeah, we're gonna fight them, and then we are actually going to tackle on the gym. Then we're gonna open up Rustboro and Verdanturf Town on the right, or pardon me, the left. I am like tripping over my words. And then we can actually continue on with the game. So until next time, guys, I hope to see you all later. Sorry this episode's been kind of long, but trying to get everybody and everything, you know, fit in. So, yep.